Welcome to Radical Finance. Today, we're going to blow the lid off one of the biggest, most damaging myths in personal finance. It's a fundamental confusion that actually stops even super high earners from building any real lasting wealth. So stick around, because we are about to completely reframe how you think about your money and shift your focus from your paycheck to the one number that truly matters. Just let that sink in for a second. $250,000 a year. I mean, that's an income most people can only dream about, right? And yet it is completely 100% possible for someone earning that much money to actually be going backwards financially. This isn't just some theory. It's a real-world trap that so many people fall into, and understanding why is the key to everything. So the big question is how? How is that even possible? How can you have this absolute river of money flowing through your life, but it leaves you with less than zero at the end of the day? Well, that is the exact puzzle we're going to solve together today. And the answer reveals a huge mistake in thinking that keeps millions of people stuck on a financial treadmill, no matter how hard they work. We call this the high earners paradox. It's that incredibly frustrating situation where your income keeps going up, but your wealth, it stays totally flat. Or worse, it actually goes down. It happens because we're all taught to chase the big paycheck. You know, the big salary makes you feel rich day to day, but here's the thing. Feeling rich and being wealthy are two totally different ballgames. This whole thing is fueled by what they call lifestyle inflation. You know, that thing where the more you make, the more you spend. A bigger salary means a bigger house, a fancier car, more expensive holidays, and the cycle just keeps going. This paradox is all about confusing two core financial ideas, and once you see the difference, your entire financial world is going to click into place. And here we are. This is the heart of the matter. The entire problem boils down to these two concepts: wealth, which we measure with something called net worth, versus cash flow. Now, I know they sound kind of similar, and yeah, they're connected, but trust me, they tell two completely different stories about your financial life. Getting this one distinction right is probably the single most important step you can take towards building a secure future. Okay, so let's start with cash flow. The easiest way to think about cash flow is like the engine in your car. It's all about motion and activity. It's your salary coming in, and then the rent, the groceries, the car payment all going out. Most of us are obsessed with this number because it's what's happening right now. It dictates our lifestyle today, but it's also really deceptive. You can have a huge cash flow funding an awesome lifestyle, but if all that money is just going out to pay for stuff that loses value, well, that powerful engine is just spinning its wheels, going nowhere. Cash flow is important, for sure, but it is not the whole story, not even close. And now for the other side of the coin, net worth. So if cash flow is the engine, your net worth, well, that's the vehicle itself. It tells you how far you've actually traveled on your financial journey. It is your financial scorecard. It's the bottom line. It's the real number that tells you where you actually stand. And the way you figure it out is simple. You take everything you own that has value, we call those assets, and you subtract everything you owe, your liabilities. This one number, whether it's positive or negative, is the true measure of your financial progress. It's the solid foundation you're building quietly in the background while cash flow is making all the noise. Okay, this slide right here breaks it all down perfectly. On the left, you've got cash flow. Think of it as constant motion. It's what you earn and spend. It's the river. On the right, you've got net worth. This isn't motion. It's your position. It's the financial ground you stand on, what you own versus what you owe. You can have a massive, rushing river of cash flow and still be financially drowning in debt. So here it is, the big aha moment. Your goal is not just to make your cash flow bigger. Your goal is to use that cash flow to build a solid foundation of net worth. That is the mindset shift that changes everything. All right, so how do we actually do this? How do we put this into practice? We need a simple, actionable plan. And I want you to think about it like this. It's like a doctor checking your vital signs, right? You wouldn't judge your overall health just by how much energy you have on one particular day. No, a doctor checks your pulse, your blood pressure, the fundamentals. Well, in finance, your net worth is your most important vital sign, and checking it regularly is absolutely non-negotiable if you want to be financially healthy. And hey, if this is already a bit of a light bulb moment for you, if it's starting to click, do me a quick favor and hit that like button. It's a tiny thing for you, but it really lets us know that we're on the right track and bringing you stuff that actually helps. It makes a huge difference. So, here it is, your simple 4-step process for checking your financial vitals. Step 1, list your assets. And this isn't just boring accounting. This is about taking stock of everything that's looking for you: your cash, your investments, your home. Step 2, List your liabilities. Again, this isn't about feeling guilty about debt. It's just about getting a clearer picture of what's working against you. Student loans, credit card debt, that kind of thing. Step 3 is the easy part. It's just simple math. Assets minus liabilities equals your net worth. And finally, and this is the most critical part, step 4, track it. You have to do this every 3 months, every quarter. That creates a feedback loop so you can see if you're actually making progress. Let's make this super concrete with a quick example, so it's not just theory. On the left side, we've got the assets. Let's say this person has $15,000 in cash, $25,000 in investments, and their home is valued at $350,000. So their total assets add up to $390,000. Now, over on the right, their liabilities. They've got a $40,000 student loan, a $300,000 mortgage, and a $10,000 car loan. That all adds up to $350,000 in total liabilities. Okay, you ready for the moment of truth? We take the $390,000 in assets, and we subtract the $350,000 in liabilities, and the result is a positive net worth of $40,000. This number right here is their true financial position. It's not about their salary, it's about what they've actually managed to build. And by tracking this one number, they can see exactly which way they're headed, and they can change their strategy to make sure that number is always going up. So now that you have the tools to diagnose the situation, we can talk about the cure. From this moment on, your goal is not just to earn more money, that's just increasing your cash flow. Your number one financial goal should be to systematically, intentionally increase your net worth over time. Every single financial choice you make, from paying off a credit card to investing a bonus, should be seen through one simple lens. How is this going to affect my net worth?
All right, let's lock in the key takeaways from all this. First, and say it with me, a high income does not automatically create wealth. Second, your focus has to shift from just managing cash flow to actively building net worth. Third, your net worth is the single most honest report card you have on your financial health. And finally, you have to make checking your financial vitals a regular habit. Put it on your calendar for every quarter. If these ideas have given you a whole new way to look at things, go ahead and hit that like button one more time. It really helps.
Okay, now I have a question for you, and I want you to be really honest with yourself. Looking back, have you been more focused on your monthly income and expenses, your cash flow, than on actually building your net worth? Maybe you worked really hard for a raise, but then you didn't have a plan for the extra money, and it just disappeared into your lifestyle. What kind of stress or problems has that created for you? We would genuinely love to hear about your experiences with this. Go ahead and share your thoughts down in the comments. Whether it's a challenge you've been dealing with or maybe a new insight you got from this explainer, your story could be the exact thing that helps someone else have their own breakthrough. We really do make it a point to read every single comment. And let's wrap up with this, because this is all about turning knowledge into action. Now that you understand this framework, what is the very first real, concrete step you're going to take? Are you going to block out 30 minutes on your calendar this weekend to actually list out your assets and liabilities? Maybe you'll download a spreadsheet or an app to track it. Decide on your first move right now before you click away. If you found this helpful and you want more content that just cuts through the noise and simplifies finance, make sure you subscribe to Radical Finance. And finally, think of one person, a friend, a family member who you know is stuck in this exact trap, working hard but not getting ahead. Share this with them. It could be the 5-minute explainer that completely changes their financial life. Thanks for watching.